Well, hello everyone. We are here at Family Fridays. This is a new thing that we're trying here at First Baptist Bonham to give you a chance to kind of get to know about us and for me to share with you guys some things about family life. And as you know, I am the pastor here at First Baptist. I'm married to a wonderful lady named Melissa, and we have two sons who often do drive us crazy. And so I wanted to take the time to kind of describe some of the things that go on in our lives, some of the challenges and joys that we have as parents, and how we try to handle it, what we think the Scripture teaches. And just to let you know, look, we're normal people. The pastor's family is just like any other family. It faces many of the same challenges and has many of the same joys. And so what I'm going to ask you to do here is to help us out. So if you're watching today and you haven't liked our Facebook page yet, hope you'll take a moment, whether right now or at the end of this video, to hit the like button at the top of our page there. Also, if you would, share this feed or this video with your friends. It'll help us to gain an audience and also let other people know how they can be involved at church, how they can hear from some of the things that the Lord is doing here, all the exciting things that we have going on. And so you can help us out in those ways. You can also share different things. It doesn't have to be just a video. You can share different posts that we make and things like this. So please help us out by liking our page and sharing our content. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about what I'm going to call intrusion or invitation. And if you're a parent, especially of younger children, you're familiar with the moment. Okay, and what I mean by the moment is when one of your sons or your daughters says, "Daddy, come see this," or "Mama, can you come play with me?" Right? Maybe it's they're building a Lego tower, or they want you to play, Don't Pop the Pig, or they're drawing a picture and they want you to see it, or something like this. And these are the moments that come into life, and you're usually busy. What are you going to do? You're trying to fix dinner, you're fixing something in the garage, you're trying to get everybody ready for church, you're trying to get to the soccer game, whatever it may be. And for instance, for us yesterday, I was working in the garage and I was keeping our youngest son, and he wanted to play in the water, and so I filled up a couple buckets of water for him, and I didn't want him to get really wet because I still had to go and pick our other son up from school and whatnot. And so I told him, don't get wet. And in the process of playing with the water, I didn't see him for a little while, and that's always dangerous. Of course, as you know, the more quiet it is, the more dangerous it usually becomes as a parent. And so I called him, and he came around the side of the house, and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Daddy, come see what I'm working on." So I go around the side of the house, and all of a sudden I see that he's been squirting water on this wooden pallet that I had constructed to go in the back of our truck on one of our trips back to see our family. And it was not really something I wanted him to do, but he was really proud of not getting wet and have squirted something else with the water gun. And so, but these are the kind of moments that I'm talking about, where your child comes up and they say, "Hey, can you come and see this world that I'm in?" And my tendency, as I'm a kind of a driven kind of person, I want to get things done, I've got a task list, is to see those things as intrusions into the cadence of my adult world, right? I may only give it a passing glance. I might say, "Hey, that's neat, buddy, thanks for sharing," or sometimes, right, I even go as far to say, "Man, I don't really have time right now, I need to do this." And of course, sometimes there are times when you can't stop, you can't you can't do everything that your kids want you to come and see and do. But I think our tendency as parents is usually to fall on the side of less than more in that regard. We tend to have a balance that may be in the wrong direction rather than in the right direction. And it's easy for us to begin to see those things as intrusions into our life. We begin to think that somehow those things are less important than the task that we have to get done. And again, certainly we have responsibilities and whatnot, but perhaps we should think about it in a different way. And there's a lot of different reasons that we may feel this way. Maybe we're really busy and we've got to get things done. We got to get dinner fixed. We got to get kids bathed. We got to get all. There's so much busyness in life. We got to go here. We got to go there. Sometimes it's frustration, right? Maybe our kid has come up to us for the 10th time today, wanting us to do this or that or the other. and we're frustrated. Sometimes there's societal pressure. We feel pressure to do this or to be this way or to do that. And sometimes it's just simply because we're tired. But instead of seeing those moments, right? Daddy, come see this. Mama, come play this game. Maybe those things are not intrusions. Maybe they're invitations. Invitations by our children into their world, right? A world of creativity, a world of imagination, where the world is still wonderful and new, and it's not jaded by all the craziness of people shooting people and jobs being lost and losing our loved ones and things like this. And so as we look at these moments that our kids invite us to, I think we want to try to view them in a certain way. Again, that as we get on the floor and build Lego towers with them, right? We kind of rediscover the wonder of childhood, and it doesn't matter how big the Lego tower is or how structurally sound it is. It's just we get a chance to discover the world in the way that they see it. It also gives us a chance to have a relationship with them. And I know one of the things that's hard to hear as a parent of younger children is when older parents or grandparents or maybe people that have already lived this stage of life, they say, hold on to these moments. And it's really hard to do that because you're thinking, man, I'm just trying to get to bedtime. Bedtime is the place that I want to get to because I'm tired. I'm ready to relax a little bit. And right, but the wisdom is you have to take advantage of these moments because in those moments you're building a relationship that you can't recover, right? It has to be built from this point forward. And of course it allows us many teachable moments. We get a chance to show them how to build a better structure or what it means to follow the rules of a game and how that relates to being a person of integrity that follows what God says for the game of life, right? And certainly what it does is allows us to make memories, to hold on to those things. And one of the things I think that is easy for us to do as parents is to get into this mindset that life is about the big moments and not necessarily about the small ones. In fact, I think I'm going to do another live video in a few weeks on the importance of the mundane. And but it's really easy for us to think, oh, well, we really are doing something great as a family when we go to, to take this trip or to do this thing. And those things are important, but I think the little moments, like sitting down and building a Lego tower or going to see what your kid's been doing with the water gun, all those things really, I think, in the end, as they build up and accrue over time, end up having a bigger impact, building more memories and building a relationship with your kids that lasts forever. So I want to be the kind of dad that doesn't merely give a passing glance or, man, that's neat, buddy, I appreciate you sharing that with me, but I want my kids to remember a dad who sat down on the floor and built some Legos with them, and I want them to remember a dad who played the game and all that kind of thing. And I have a lot of work to do in that regard. As I said, my personality is get the list done, and so I have to think a lot, and the Lord often convicts me about stopping, slowing down, making sure that I'm taking the opportunity to honor those invitations and to not think about them as intrusions. And I wanted to relate this to, I think, what the Lord does too, because what the Lord does is actually provide a perfect example of the kind of father that I hope I'll be, that I hope all dads will be, is that God never views our invitations as intrusions, right? All of our genuine invitations, whether through prayer or as we live our life, right? God shows up because He's the perfect example of what it means to be involved in the life of His children, right? When we pray, God answers. Not always in the way that we wish that He would answer. When we come to church, God, He shows up there with us as well, and He is present. And so it's part of our job as parents is to model what the Lord does as His fatherhood to us, to our children, so they understand and see what God is truly actually like. And so if we have a father that doesn't view our prayers, no matter how mundane they may be, no matter how silly they may seem, as invitations, as us depending on Him and coming to Him, then how much more then certainly should I do that to my children, to show them what a loving father is really like. And and to teach them what life is really like. All right, well, that's what I wanted to say to you today. As I said, we're going to kind of keep these short, just something really quick and simple to hopefully encourage you, to let you know, look, we're all in this together. If while we're doing this you want to make a comment, I'll try to respond to those if I can as we're going along. Also, if you have a suggestion for a topic or something, some question perhaps that you're wondering about, put it in the comments or send it to us in a Facebook message, or you can email me at chase.fbcbonham@gmail.com. And I'll try to answer those. And questions from you are always welcome, because that's something that you're thinking about, and hopefully we can talk about together. So thanks again for joining us today. Make sure to like our page. And if you came in late, you should be able to watch the whole video once we're done. And please share that with other folks so that we can help them too. Come to see us on Sunday at 9:30 for Sunday school and 10:45 for church. We'd love to see you there. And make sure to check out our website at fbcbonham.com so that you can know all about what's going on at church. If you're a visitor, then there's a page there for being new to our church that can help you out and show you where everything is and what you can do. So thanks again for joining us, and I hope to see you soon.